Hey folks, this is Tim Schrock from Design Build Solutions. Today's video is not a Tech Tip Tuesday. It's actually following up with yesterday's Tech Tip Tuesday video. But I'm going to put it in the same Tech Tip Tuesday playlist. So yesterday's was about angular dimensions, and I posted this video, and Michael B. from Alaskan Suns shared a comment that can help us out, and I appreciate, shout out to Michael B there. Thanks for this tip. I want to go a little further with your tip because of this situation. So you see I've got this angular dimension is behaving nicely. This angular dimension is not yet. So there's two things to go through this. First of all, this is the dimension here. I'm going to change this to 1/4 inch scale so that we see actually what it does. We don't have to flip back and forth. Actually, if I do that, you won't. Let's go back to 1 inch scale. I'm going to select the angular dimension and I'm going to open it. I'm using Command E on my keyboard. I'm on a Mac, so you would use Control E if you're on a PC. Number height, we're going to remove the default there and just make it 1. Now I'm going to click OK. I'm going to switch to my CD plan annotations, which has 1/4 inch scale settings, and go to my layout. You'll notice the text works nicely, but the arrows do not. So we go back to the foundation detail, and I'm going to select the angular dimension and open it one more time. Click on the arrow, and I'm going to deselect the default, uncheck the default option. Once again, I'm going to switch to the plan view, which is on the 1/4 inch scale settings. Back to layout. What happened, right? I'm going to open up this angular dimension, go back to arrow, and for some reason, when I deselect default, but I leave the 3/4 inch, it doesn't matter how I configure this, default's there. Even if I put 0.7, if I type 0.75, default's there. I'm going to open it up again, arrow. So what I actually had to do, I tried even 0.72. That's too close to 3/4 inch. So I had to do 0.7, 11/16 inch, which is 1/16 off from 3/4, and it held. So for angular dimensions, again, big shout out to Michael B. Thank you so much for this, for pointing this out. Change the number height so that it doesn't have the parentheses, the D in it, and the arrow height to just something slightly different than what you have as the default. Notice once it's changed, even if I go back to 3/4 inch and open it again, it puts that default back in there. So we got to leave it at just a tad off of what default is. Now that I do that, I'm going to switch to my 1/4 inch scale plan, to layout, and now my angular dimensions are playing exactly the way that we want them to play. Alright, I hope this has been helpful. Again, thanks Michael B. for this tip, pointing that out, and have a great week, everyone.